TGIF, the cool down is over. The temperatures jumped back up today after a break from the heat.
Yeah, today was almost 10 degrees warmer than yesterday, and the temperatures will climb through the weekend.
But that warm air is fueling some storm chances.
And you can see the activity on the radar right there behind us. And Evan is tracking the rain this evening.
That's right. We have seen those thunderstorms developing this afternoon down across North Carolina, working their way off towards the east-northeast, and quite a bit of activity down across the Tar Heel State. Set everything in motion over the past 3 hours. You can see how once we got that daytime heating, all that humidity building up, it caused those thunderstorms to fire up. We have a warm front that's lifting through the area, helping to produce some of these thunderstorms and a lot of lightning with these storms, especially the ones right along the Albemarle Sound. So we zoom in a little bit closer to parts of Chowan County, heavy rain around Barber. That extends up 13 over towards Hertford and right along the north shore of the Albemarle Sound through parts of Turrell County and Washington County. Some very heavy rain as well. Zooming in to just north of Edenton, you can see here along Old Hertford Road up towards Yopum Station, we've got that heavy rain, and that extends even off towards the north as we head up here towards Center Hill Highway over towards Hertford. A little bit less in the amount of that heavy rain here through northern Hertford County around Como, and these storms have really been firing up across parts of Chesapeake right now through Deep Creek over towards Great Bridge and now extending into southern areas of Portsmouth as the updated radar sweep comes around, and you can see those dark clouds with our live Norfolk sky view. So if you have evening plans, we're looking at these showers and thunderstorms, and they will continue, and likely we'll see the possibility of even some stronger storms across North Carolina and the south side around 5 o'clock as that warm front lifts through the area. Later this evening, after the sun sets, we'll start to see the activity diminish a bit. Still a few lingering showers overnight, and we'll start the day tomorrow with partly cloudy skies, and there is a chance once again for some showers and storms tomorrow as temperatures will be even warmer than today. I'll have details on that and the full 7-day forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Evan. So to keep track of the temperatures and the chance of rain this weekend, download the 13 News Now app for your smartphone or tablet. It will let you know about the forecast no matter where you are.
New information about Norfolk's imprisoned former city treasurer. Today, a judge heard arguments dealing with a recall hearing for Anthony Burfoot. We watched in April as Burfoot turned himself into federal custody to begin serving a 6-year prison sentence for public corruption. Even though a judge removed Burfoot from office, today's recall hearing still brought up some important legal questions, and Jacqueline Lee is here to explain.
Thousands signed that petition last year asking for Burfoot to be removed from the city treasurer's office. At the time, a judge wanted to hold off on that recall trial until Burfoot's federal criminal trial finished. So the question here was whether or not that recall trial would move forward. The special prosecutor, Mike Herring, argued the recall petition should not move forward because there isn't sufficient evidence that would hold up in court. Herring said the crimes were committed while Burfoot served on city council, not when he was Norfolk City Treasurer. Herring also said the petition was moot because Burfoot already has been removed from office. That removal from office is where Burfoot's attorney Andrew Sachs has an issue. Sachs is appealing the verdict in the Burfoot case. If he wins, Burfoot could be reinstated as treasurer. I asked him why Burfoot wants his position back.
He wants to gain his freedom, of course, and then to the extent that his honor and his integrity are bound up in the office he was elected to, he wants to go out on those terms and not on terms where he's been forcibly removed. So to that extent, it's important that he clear his name.
The judge ruled that because Burfoot is in prison, his term as city treasurer would end later this year, and since he's not running for public office again, he said a non-suit is appropriate. So that means the recall trial will not move forward.
Well, the fight to get Burfoot out of office after a jury found him guilty led to a new law from the General Assembly. After the verdict, Delegate Steve Hertick and State Senator Linwood Lewis sponsored a bill that would automatically suspend any city or county official convicted of a felony. The General Assembly passed the law last session, and it would mean recall efforts like the one we saw today may not happen often in the future.
In Newport News, police are investigating a shooting today. Early this morning, a 26-year-old man told officers he was walking to his car when another car drove by and someone in that car called out to him. As the victim got to his car, the suspect drove by again and someone opened fire. We're told the victim should survive. Police are still looking for the suspects. Bond denied for a Portsmouth math teacher accused of selling heroin. Michael McCormick faced a judge this morning. Police arrested him for allegedly selling drugs near near a school. Students at IC Norcom High School say McCormick was a teacher there. The school division says McCormick is on administrative leave.
Breaking news in a Norfolk homicide investigation. Police arrested a Cale Allen in connection to the shooting death of 17-year-old Deshaun Spencer. Allen is charged with second-degree murder and gang participation. The shooting happened on Wilson Road in April. Spencer died at the hospital from a gunshot wound, and Allen was in jail on unrelated charges. He remains behind bars without bond tonight. And tonight, family members will accept diplomas for 2 high schoolers involved in a fatal crash. One girl died and the other is severely injured. Caitlin Duffy and Sabrina Mundorf would have graduated from Great Bridge High School in Chesapeake tonight. But last month, a truck hit their vehicle head-on in Virginia Beach. Duffy did not survive, and Mundorf spent weeks in the hospital and is now in rehab. The truck driver is charged with DUI.
Last year, we told you about a program the city of Norfolk planned to launch to bring free Wi-Fi to the Park Place neighborhood. The program was supposed to kick off last fall. It never happened. The high-speed internet service would have benefited thousands of people. The city of Norfolk and WHRO came up with the idea, but the city tells us the original plan would not work. Now they are looking into providing Wi-Fi cards at libraries for people to check out, as well as renovating their bookmobile to ride around the city to provide internet service. Their plan is to make internet available to people no matter where they live.
We just look at the world we're living in today. We're certainly headed that route. There's no stopping technology at this point. So we want to get it out to everyone, and especially to kids and teens as they're learning and growing and developing, so that they can really take hold of this information and technology.
Coming up at 5 o'clock, we'll tell you about a low-cost internet option available through Cox for families with K through 12 children who qualify for free or reduced school lunch.
A couple accused of helping their son hide a body is headed to prison. Today, a judge sentenced Frank and Teresa Everett to 5 years in prison each for felony charges of defiling a dead body. Police say in 2007, their son Billy Everett and a man named Dwayne Goodson killed Lori Jordan. Police found her body in Broad Park in Norfolk months after she disappeared.
A fight in a club leads to charges for 2 Old Dominion University football players, 20-year-old Devin Hannon and 22-year-old Manuel Matirena face assault and battery charges. Hannon also faces a felony charge of stabbing, cutting, or wounding someone with malicious intent. Police say early Sunday morning, the players got into a fight at the Edge on Hampton Boulevard. The altercation left 2 other men at the Edge hurt. We reached out to the ODU athletic department about the players. Athletic director Ted Alexander says both Hannon and Matirena are suspended from the football team indefinitely.
Virginia Senator Mark Warner made a few stops in our area today. 13 News Now caught up with him at Old Dominion University. He spoke with young professionals about the challenges they face in the economy and encouraged them to take an active role in politics. Before that, the Democratic senator spoke at a Veterans of Foreign Wars event in Williamsburg. At that conference, Senator Warner talked about his plans to get Congress to offer more support to our veterans.
Attention shoppers, new ownership is coming for a major grocery store chain with stores right here in Hampton Roads. Amazon is buying Whole Foods. There are 2 Whole Foods stores right in our area, one on Jefferson Avenue in Newport News, the other on Laskin Road in Virginia Beach. Reports say Amazon will pay about $13.7 billion for the brand. Whole Foods is known for its natural and organic items and has about 87,000 employees and more than 460 stores worldwide.